Ok, your eyes widen when you noticed who was that person. Omo, I am sorry Mr. Luhang, I didn't mean that. I just got shocked at sudden voice. I am really sorry. It's okay, I am okay. He smiles painfully while gripping his stomach. You feel guilty so you bow again and apologize. I am sorry, are you really okay Mr. Luhang? You ask as you put your hand on his shoulder. He smiles and nods his head. Don't worry, I am really okay. It's just that I didn't expect that from a girl. You bite your lips, still feeling guilty. Luhang is Mr. Baekhyun's personal assistant. He's really kind person. From his view he thinks that he saw you somewhere. That's why he approached you, but in his own style. Well, he's very friendly guy. Well Mr. Luhang, what are you doing here? You should be with Mr. Bayu. You asked curiously. He smiles and moves his face closer to yours, making you automatically move back. Mr. Luhang, don't you think we have met before too? You look at him confused. He backs away and rubs his chin. I don't think so. You're not sure about it, but somehow he's looking familiar to you, like you saw him somewhere, but where, you can't remember. It's okay if you can't remember me. Do you know me? You ask, wanting to know who he is and where you saw him. He chuckles and shakes his head. I know, but I can't remember. Well, what are you doing here, Miss N? But before he could finish, someone called you. You look behind and saw Jungkook walking to your way, and from his face everyone can say that how much jealousy he's feeling right now. Mr. Jun, he said, and handshake with him. Mr. Luhang, what are you doing here? He said as he stands beside you. Nothing, we were just talking. Oh, I didn't even ask your name, miss. What's your name? He asks as he looks at you smiling while Jungkook pokes his inside cheeks. It's Choi. You smile kindly, but someone isn't liking it. That you're smiling like that to someone, but not to him. Isn't it unfair? Well, for Jungkook. Well, it's nice to meet you, Miss N. He smiles and handshakes with you. Jungkook clears his throat and pulls your waist to him, making you total shock from his sudden action. I think we should go inside. Everyone is waiting for us. He smiles forcefully while squeezing your waist a little. Your body was shivering from his sudden touch, and that was making your breath uneasy. Luhang nodded and they walked to the party hall. Jungkook's hands were still on your waist. You clear your throat and whisper to him. CEO Jun, I think you should remove your hand now. You said, but it only made him smirk and pull your waist more closer to him. You both reached to your table and saw some unfamiliar faces, and some were familiar. You must be Choi, right? You look at the person and raise your brows and nod with a nervous smile. Yes, I am. Well, finally, nice to meet you, N. I am Kim Namjoon, Jungkook's friend. Oh, hello Namjoon Shi. You said and shook hands with him, and smiled that he gladly returns. You move your eyes to other person who was standing beside him. He smiles and introduces himself as well. I am Young Hosok, nice to meet you, N. You smile and handshake with him. Min Yoongi. It's pleasure to meet you, N. I've heard a lot about you. You gulp when he said that. He quickly smile and handshake with him. You look at other three person whom you know very well. You already know me, Choi, N. You nod and bow to him a little, which made all of them chuckle. Hello sir, and what about me, beautiful? You look at him and smile. Yeah, hello Jimin Shi. You smile but blush when he took your hand and kissed on the back of it. Jungkook clicks his tongue inside his mouth while looking that. It's nice to see you, beautiful. You smile and move your hand from his, awkwardly making him chuckle. Well, you forgot me, Miss N. You look at him and smile. How can I forget about worldwide handsome Kim Seokjin? He smiles proudly and others just roll their eyes. Hello Jin Shi, you said and handshake with him. He smiles and looks at Jungkook, who was biting his lips. I think everyone knows me. You chuckle and nod. Why not Jin Shi? After all, you're worldwide handsome. He chuckles and looks at Jungkook, who wasn't looking like he's liking the fact that you and Jin are flirting with each other. Hello everyone, I think I am a little bit late. They turn and look at the person, and that wasn't anyone but Mr. Baekhyun with his personal assistant. Mr. Baekhyun, you're 15 minutes late, but it doesn't matter now. He said while looking at him straight. Baekhyun chuckles and nods. Well, nice to meet you again, Mr. Jun. They both handshake while you look at them with a smile. Baekhyun's eyes move to you and a little smirk covers on his lips. Well, who's this beautiful lady beside you? He looks at you up and down as you nervously smile. Jungkook tilted his head and put his hand around your waist, which made you look at him. Choi, my personal assistant. he says, and Baekhyun looks at you in amaze. Well, I have never thought that Mr. Jun will have a lady assistant. If he assigned you as his personal assistant, then something would be different in you, he said, smirking while looking at you. Jungkook chuckles and said something that made your heart beat uneasy. I know she's different, that's why I choose her to be close to me. You look at him, who was already looking down to you, with a little smile covered on his lips, that you can't understand. You look down and bite your lips as you feel your cheeks are burning. That's good. Well, we should talk about our company's collaboration. Of course. They went to sit and started to talk about company stuffs. Hours later, they finished after satisfied with the conditions and profits. It will be honor to work with you, Mr. Jun, he said, and handshake with him. Jungkook smiles and nods. Me too, Mr. Baekhyun. I think we should celebrate. After all, we are business partners now. He smirks as he takes the wine glass in front of him. Everyone also take the glasses and cheers while enjoying the evening. But here, you were just looking at them having drinks. You can't even think to drink it. If you do, then you are doomed. Miss N, why you're not drinking? He asks as everyone looks at you. You look up at him and smile nervously. You lick your lips before answering. Actually, I am not good in drinking wine. He chuckles and fills another glass before handing it to you. One glass won't hurt you, Miss N. You gulp as you look at the glass. One glass won't hurt you, N. Just take it in one gulp. You thought and take the glass from his hand, and that made him smirk. You look beside at Jungkook, then to the glass and gulp it in one shot, while closing your eyes. You cough a bit. You put the glass on table and wipe your lips tightly. It tastes was sweet. You don't drink that much, but sometimes you do. When you feel down and angry, you drink a little bit. I told you, one glass won't hurt. You smile and look down. Jungkook looks at you as you squeeze your eyes a little. Some of the guys went to dance floor and some of us still sitting while enjoying. Jungkook's and Baekhyun's eyes were on you, who was looking side to dancing couples. Baekhyun puts his glass down and stand up as others look at him. Miss N, will you be my dance partner? You look up at him while blinking your eyes, but you smile shyly and take his hand, making him smile. Then they both walk to the dance floor and start to dance according to the melody. Jungkook's gaze was burning as he saw you and Baekhyun dancing and smiling. He tightened his fists while looking at you, as you were smiling to Baekhyun. And that Jungkook wasn't liking, well, jealous type. Taeyeon looks at the scene and smirks. That Bio took that chance to dance with her. Now what will you do, Cook? He said as Jungkook clenched his jaw. If he takes that chance and make her his, that won't happen, he said, still looking at them in jealousy and anger visual in his eyes. Taeyeon smirks as he thinks that his arrow hit on the right spot. He takes his wine glass and takes a sip of it, while looking at your direction. Hiccup, hiccup, hiccup. Now will you stop that? Who told you to drink when you can't handle? You look at him, still feeling a little dizzy. Are you saying me to stop? But how? I don't even know what they will think about me. You said, still having hiccups and looking down with your crying face. You buried your face onto the pillow. Soban shakes his head while looking at your that condition. Okay, let me show you what happened in the party. Flashback, hours ago. You know, I didn't see a beautiful girl like you are. You're really beautiful, Miss N. You blush on his words as you look away from his eyes, which made him chuckle. Mr. Baekhyun, can I dance with my assistant now? He said, standing beside them. As you both look at him, you smile, and before Baekhyun could say something, you nod and grip Jungkook's hand, which made him smile. Baekhyun moves away as they both start to dance. Jungkook pulled your waist more closer to him, leaving no space between them. You gulp as you look into his dark orbs that was gazing you down. Why did you agree to dance with him? He asked, not too loud, but in a whisper that only you can hear. You chuckle and move your face closer to his, that your lips were almost touching his. His heart was beating so fast as well as yours, against each other. Are you jealous, big boss? You said in a whisper, which made a shiver run down to his spine. He bites his lips as he looks at your red lips. The atmosphere between them start to heat it, but hiccup, I am feeling dizzy. You said as you start to hiccups. Jungkook bites his lips and stops dancing. Are you okay, N? You shake your head as you put your head against his chest. Jungkook sighs and walks with you, where everyone was sitting. What happened to her? He asks as they all look at your condition. She is not feeling well. I will drop her home, he said, then look at Baekhyun. Well, Mr. Baekhyun, from tomorrow we will start our project, but for now excuse us. he said, and Baekhyun smiles while looking at you. Then he looks at JK. It's okay, Mr. Jun, you go and take Miss N to her house. Jungkook nods and looks at others as they also nod, then he walks out from the party hall with you. No, now he will think that I can't handle wine. You sniff while remembering the moment. You were feeling so embarrassed cause of your silliness, and most important thing, how will you face Jungkook? If he talks about the party scene, then who knows what gonna next, only author knows. Now stop it, Nuna, I think I shouldn't have to wake you up yet. You should rest more, he said, and laid you down and covered your half body. And tomorrow I want to know who is your Prince Charming, you promised me. You just rolled your eyes away from him. He scoffs in annoyance and walks out from your room. I am sorry, CEO Jun, I didn't mean to disappoint you in the party. Ash, I can't do this. It's so hard. Okay, you can do this, N. Just say him sorry about yesterday, then everything okay. But I hope he didn't remember it. You take a deep breath before walking inside the house. You look around but didn't see him. Didn't he come back from the walk? Okay, I will prepare his breakfast. You said, and about to go to the kitchen but stop when you heard some noises coming from the living room, and your eyes widened when you saw him, and see, CEO Jun.